Welcome to my channel, ma'am. So, ma'am, was it your first attempt or your second attempt?
This was my first attempt. I completed my internship in 2016 May, and thereafter I actually started preparing properly. That proper preparation that you start, and I attempted the November INICET.
Okay, ma'am, which year did you pass the college?
I passed it this year. Like last year I passed, so my internship got completed this year.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, were you a topper throughout your college day or like a average student?
So actually, in my first year, when I actually came into medical college, I was like, यार कर लिया UG तो मतलब मिल गया है अभी तो life set कुछ नहीं करना. So I was not in top 10, top 20, 30 nowhere. But in second year when it went, I was like, यार there is something like top 10. So then I started studying seriously, and from second year I was there. But I would like to emphasize on it that it is not mandate to be in top 10. You know, if you are like even if you're not there, you can still make it. It was just like I thought कि पढ़ लेते हैं थोड़ा सा. That was how it worked. But I was like eighth or ninth. I was never rank one, two, or three.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, when did you actually take a app or an offline class for the first time in which year?
I actually took DAMS satellite classes in my third year,
Okay,
but at
ma'am.
that time I was not focused at all. I think did only the Ofthel, ENT, and SPM classes back then because I was thinking कि third year में third year के subjects कर लेते हैं बहुत है. But eventually what I did was only ENT and Ofthel a bit. SPM was too big for me. मतलब I was like ये नहीं आने वाला नहीं करना है अपना दिमाग नहीं लगाना है इसमें. And in final year, what happened was there was this COVID thing which came when we were in final year. So उस time पे everyone thing was in lockdown, and उस time पे जो FOMO हुआ था ना, that was epic FOMO. क्योंकि suddenly आप locked हो चुके हो and you don't know how your peers are preparing, and you're like नहीं बाकी सबका हो जाएगा अब हम फंसने वाले हैं. And that is when I took prep ladder. I'll be honest. And one of my friends, okay, she's my best friend actually. Her name is Jessie. She took DAMS and she had the e-medicos app. So we used to exchange the apps. So I'll be very precise in the apps that I used. In my final year, I did medicine from Marva sir,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I did OBG from Dipti Behel ma'am. I used her e-medicos for that. And apart from that, I didn't do other subjects that bit. These two things I did in my final year and I did them well. Like I even used to attempt the subject-wise test, whichever came in prep ladder at that period for these two subjects. That was what I mainly did in my final year. And during my internship, it's very hectic in our college. Right? Sometimes we have even 24 hours ka posting and all. So even if I try to study something, even one subject will take me like 1 month. And then it's no use because by the time you finish one subject, you already forget the rest. So it's like more of after internship when I started. And I would like to emphasize here, my NEET PG 2022 rank was 61,000. Okay, so that was 61,000 back in May. So that was my level of preparation where I didn't even get a top 50,000 rank. And here I am today with a rank of 881 within a span of 5 months. So it is possible. It is very much possible. So the very thing like I was a college topper that didn't come up and save me in NEET. And because you were not without any preparation, you're there with no preparation. So, but after that, I was quite sad. I was sad with my performance. Like 61,000 games, like it's a big number. It does disappoint you. And so I was like, nahi, abhi thoda padna hai. And I remember I started my preparation from 25th May. And then I was like, nahi, abhi karenge. And I would like to focus ki it's always important to focus on the secondary subjects. So I started with microbiology, pathology, pharma, and SPM because these are the big subjects and they
Which
give you.
source, ma'am? Which source, ma'am? All the
I
subjects.
took Bhatia. During my post internship, when I started preparing, I took Bhatia. Marrow was a bit overwhelming for me when it comes to microbiology and pathology. I cannot really put so much time in watching those videos and then coming back and reading those pages. That is not revisable for me at all. So I was like, nahi hoga, nahi karte. That is where it went, and so I started with Bhatia eventually, and I did most of the subjects from there. And जो पहले के sources में से किए हुए थे ना, like I had done medicine from prep or OBG from Dipti ma'am, I didn't swipe sources. It is very important to have one source. You should not go after हाँ ये भी अच्छा पढ़ा सकते हैं वो भी, and then you waste your time. Don't think of doing it. Just go for one source and that's enough. So that was my first take on, and I started doing the subjects. Uske baad, I did anatomy from Ashwini sir, and who is from Bhatia. I did pathology from Praveen sir, and pharmacology Bharat sir, and I think microbiology Tasir sir. So almost all teachers are Bhatia, but for surgery, I will suggest Rohan Khandelwal sir, hands down, is the best. Nobody can take his spot. He has done amazing work when it comes to surgery as a subject. You have to know his notes, like they are very nice. Like I like the general part a lot because systemic is very high, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा है. So systemic, however you study, you will actually find yourself whether loss की नहीं हो रहा है, and then it becomes overwhelming, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, but leave it. But you have to be thorough with general, you have to be thorough with trauma and all of these things. That is going to bring you the marks. And I will really emphasize on previous years a lot, because even in November I remember around 25 questions straight were from previous year, and that is the game changer completely. Because वहाँ पे if you lose a mark, you are losing a mark which is like कोई भी उसको ले लेगा. And you know, I came across Zainab ma'am around September, I think September or August, and when it comes to Zainab ma'am, she is obviously, she is the goddess itself. I really like her a lot. I can relate to her a lot. Whenever she says something that is very, you know, that then relates to you very well. So I followed her MKTs, few of her MKTs. I think almost I did every MKT. MERs I followed 10, 15, whichever topics I felt I was weak at. आपको वो topics मिल जाते हैं in the description box, so you can just work accordingly. So that I did few from her. And उसके अलावा my go-to source was Bhatia, all these subjects, second year mostly, and SPM. And yes, Neha ma'am is extremely great when it comes to ophthalmology. She's a masterpiece in herself. She is so good. Like many people find opthal extremely difficult, but for me it was a cakewalk. I would like, you know, emphasize on this that I got 10 questions out of 10 correct in opthal in INI, which is a good thing for me. And I think uske alawa I will suggest Bhatia Bhai, she is very good. And the short subjects you can do from any source. You don't have to run after short subjects. Do it from any source. Prep से कर लो. Don't go for mellow for short subjects because वो time खाएगा. कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Apart from orthopedics, Abbas sir has done a good job in orthopedics. But I feel कि Apurv Mehra sir from Prep Leather is also very good when it comes to ortho. I actually liked his videos more. And in fact, there was a question this time where they were asking you the sudden classification of Sundar lens, and that Apurv sir has taught, but Abbas sir has not taught. So at the end, I didn't revise Apurv sir's notes because obviously you need to have one source. So I missed that question, and that really hurted me a lot because a question really hurts. So that is one thing. I think just have one source. Apurv sir is like more concise. He'll give you the knowledge which will come, which will come in the exam. Whereas Abbas sir will teach you the subject very wholesomely. Like you will have a good knowledge of the subject, but Apurv sir is to the point, very to the point. So for short subjects, I would say prep is better than Mano because आपको limited knowledge ही चाहिए. You don't have to know so much in short subjects. And then anatomy Ashwini sir best, and then I think Baki you can get over. And from biochem, Rebecca ma'am has to be the best. Like I love her videos, I loved everything she taught. And when it comes to INICET, even if not NEET, pathology, then pharmacology and microbiology as well as biochemistry. In fact, I would say in anatomy, in NEET you hardly get 5-6 questions. But in INI, I think we had 14 questions from anatomy this year, which is massive. So you can't neglect anatomy because yaar nahi aate. They come and they're very scoring. Why? Because most people are weak in anatomy. So if you get that edge, you are already at the at a higher, better place. So I think for INICET, the first and second year are must knows, and opthal is important because people are weak in their subject. So when you are strong, it's really helpful. And STM is also a good to go subject. Baki short subjects में don't waste time. Just go to a resource which gives you the minimalistic things. And for me, what worked was after doing that, then a proper source पूरा complete from zero. I started. I completed each subject, but only from one source. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर subject के दूसरे sources पे जाना. एक source for each subject. उसके बाद random time के if you have done MKTs, good enough. Don't have the FOMO कि I have to do all the MERs, not required. If you do, well and good. But जितना होता है उतना करो. What is important is doing the same thing multiple times, not different things, because that will not get sorted in your brain at all. So you have to consolidate the information. That is important. And uske alawa, I will say कि just do the previous years. If you're focusing INICET, you must do the previous years and have consolidated notes. Have one source for each subject. Every teacher is great, but you can remember. Your mind can remember only certain amount of knowledge. So try to keep it as concise as possible. And that's it. I
मैम
think.
वन डाउट मैम, लाइक देर इज सो मच फोमो रनिंग इन द मार्केट कि एमकेटी करूँ, एमईआर करूँ, या फिर गो फॉर वाइव और डीवीटी. सो हाउ डिड यू ओवरकम दैट फोमो इन योर प्रिपरेशन फेज?
Like I had 5 months. Like somebody who has come from 61,000 K, she literally has 5 months. So I was like, इतने time में इतना ही होगा. इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. Even if you give me 1 year or you give me 10 years, this is the summit of performance that I can put. Maybe a bit better, maybe, but that is not countable. Because the top 1,000 ranks are only 4 or 5 questions का difference, not much. So that is also a bit of luck work. And so I would suggest कि don't be in FOMO. If you know that these subjects are your strong subjects, like I always knew forensic was my very strong subject, and I knew biochemistry was my strong subject. So I just kept it कि हाँ हो गया. But if there are some subjects you are weak in, so उनके जो specific topics मैम ने पढ़ाए हैं, go through those topics. That might help. But don't go through all the subject कि सबका ही सब topics देखना है, MER है, सब MKT से कोई जरूरत नहीं है. She is also teaching from some resource, right? She is also consolidating things for you. She is not bringing something new to the market. She is giving the information which is required, which everybody has told. But the thing for which she has done magic is she has consolidated things that
Summarize the things for us.
is
She
what.
has done the hard work for us.
Yes, she has decreased our hard work. उन्होंने वो मेहनत की है to consolidate things. But she is another level. But you cannot have so much time कि हर वक्त करो. And even if you take 10 years, you still be in the same because दिमाग में उतना ही जगह है, उतने ही gray matter है, उतना ही glial cells है, उतना ही होगा. So you have to be like, this is enough. If I do this multiple times, this will suffice. That is what I decided, and that was it. That was my move on.
मैम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कि फर्स्ट एड डिड यू यूज और आपने किस सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए यूज किया? डिड यू फाइंड इट यूजफुल? वुड यू रिकमेंड टू योर जूनियर्स यूजिंग इट?
I think First Aid is a great book. कुछ books होते हैं ना, you want to eat those books. So the First Aid for me is that book. I want to eat that book and know everything what's given there. It's so magical. But in a period when you can't do everything, I would suggest doing microbiology from First Aid, which I personally did. Ma'am has already taken 2 classes on fungus and I think
वाइडो.
biology. They are free on an academy, so you can have a look at there. जो भी questions were coming this year in INI, one was molluscum contagiosum का Henderson Petter
हैंडरसन पेटर.
वो इमेज भी मैम ने दिखाया हुआ है वहाँ पे. And she has covered everything which actually comes, and she has also taken an RR course on this one, and that is where she has covered bacteriology.
बैक.
Already मैंने bacteriology करके रखी थी, and there was this question which came. It was about monocyte. तो monocyte कहाँ पे होता था? There was a question and the answer was ehrlichiosis, and वो first aid में दिया हुआ है, वो हर book में नहीं. So that is the edge you get when you're doing first aid. Okay, and the pneumonic is mega. No monocyte and
Ratios and granulocyte and aplasmosis.
so that is where it helps. Okay, that is where it helps. उसके अलावा I won't suggest to do it because अगर you will do मैम के MK30 से तो उन्होंने psychiatry करके रखा है. For that psyche pharma का there is one thing which she has said that is enough. You have to go to first aid after seeing that. And biochemistry also she has consolidated, and biochemistry Rebecca ma'am is enough. If you have seen, don't go after anything else. That is enough. You will know everything from there.
Ma'am, how important were GTs in your preparation? How many GTs did you give? And the most important part, how did you analyze the GT?
See, I am somebody who's extremely scared of grand tests. I would rather cry myself down नहीं देना है because I used to feel कि ये तो confidence ले डूबेगा. But I would say it is very important to give GTs. I started giving GTs towards the end of my preparation from September. But I would suggest कि give weekly now. Because if you are giving weekly till NEET also, you are at least getting 12 GTs to get. At least अभी से करोगे then 8 GTs. And there are so many questions which gets repeated in your main exam from grand test. And these are your free questions. There are 3 categories of questions. One are free questions, one are hard-working questions, work hard questions, so you have learned and you can reproduce them in the exam. And third questions are complicated questions, so you have to use your common sense in the paper. So the previous years as well as the GT questions are your free questions. You cannot miss on them. So even if I give 3 GTs, I actually got around 7-8 questions common from those, and that is very important because in the last GT I gave, there were 2 questions questions. No, there was one question on small cell carcinoma from Path. And in INICT, there were two questions
SID,
from lung.
paraneoplastic syndrome of the lung. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. There were the CD4, CDK markers were given, I remember. So that day in that GT, I made that question wrong. And I was like, how can I get this wrong? And that just made me open this and study the entire thing. And that is why I got both the questions right in INI. So for one question in GT, I got two questions right in INI. So that is very important to give GTs. And to review the GTs is more important than giving the GTs. Otherwise, you are wasting your 3 hours there if you're not reviewing them. So you give a GT, take some time to review. At least give 6 hours for GT, 3 hours for the GT, 3 hours for reviewing the GTs. You can't give your whole day to a GT, as some people say. I can't give a whole day to a GT for sure, but I will give 6 hours, 3 hours for a test, 3 hours for revision, and then 1 hour to come over that. Because sometimes when you don't perform good, you have to come over that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will sleep 1 hour after that, and like come over that, and I'll take a coffee and then again sit to study because I need time to come over that also sometimes. And my INICT mock rank 1 month before the exam was 2,500,
No. Okay, ma'am.
and my main exam rank was 881. So here I would like to emphasize that don't get disheartened by the grand test ranks. They are important so that you can get the questions correct in the main test. They are not deciding your rank. So you see that you're not getting a good rank in grand test and you're like, मुझसे कहाँ होगा? And then you just go and spoil things in the main day. ऐसा नहीं होता है. We do much better in the main day. So if I can come from 2,500 just 25 days before my main exam to 881, I think anybody can do it. So it's just consistency and believe in yourself. हो जाता है.
So, ma'am, now what advice would you like to give for those who have 2 months for their NEET PG? How to prepare and how to go about the revision?
I think till now, anybody who's preparing for NEET PG must have completed at least one reading. Even if not one revision, one reading must have been done by now. And even if there are people who haven't, it's okay. I had only 1 month to do my first revision, so you can still do it. Like I completed it by October 11, and by November 11, I had to complete one reading, one revision, plus one more 10 day, the last 10 days, which even Aditya sir keeps on focusing. I really follow Aditya sir a lot also. So that is what it is. And that is, so I feel like even if you are taking Jan for doing this, still you have 1 month for revising. But ideally, if I have to take a very ideal situation, you must complete it by December and start your revision by Jan, the first revision, and with giving GTs every weekly, and then the next revision in February. And I think like by February 25th, you should complete the second revision and last like at least 1 week, if not 10 days. Even 1 week is enough for the last, covering up and going through everything at a glimpse. That would suffice.
Ma'am,
With
did you make any 20th notebook as such? Like people focus a lot nowadays on 20th notebook.
No, I'm a quite lazy person. Firstly, I didn't had that much in me that I'll make another copy to jot down everything. I'm quite lazy. I don't know if if others are. I would generally say don't be lazy, but I'm quite. So I couldn't make a 20th notebook, and I was also in this key. Even if I make, I might miss on certain points. What I did in the last 10 days was, I had a plan. This subject now, this subject now, this on the order of my strong to weak subjects. So in the first 10 days, the first day of the 10 days, I kept to the strongest subjects, which I know कि एक महीने बाद भी I will remember. So I revised the strong subjects on the first few days, and towards the last I kept my weak subjects so that I would retain them more. And one day before the exam, I kept anatomy because I know if I don't revise anatomy the day before, I'm not going to remember anything. And so I have got many people who have asked me about anatomy because they are scared of anatomy as well. So to them also, I would say that even I am scared of anatomy. I am also a human being, no different, no robot science, nothing. I'm a normal person. Even I am scared of anatomy. I kept anatomy. I remember it was 8:30 in the night, and tomorrow I had the exam, and I'm still doing anatomy. I was still learning the superficial perineal pouch and deep perineal pouch, drawing them again. But yes, I got the question correct on the main day because there was a question. So that is it. You have to have in your mind what are your strong subjects, what are your weak subjects, and plan the last days accordingly.
Ma'am, did you have some study partner with whom you would like to mention that help you to continue the maintain the momentum?
Yeah, of course, like my success story or anything, even if it's because of him. I owe this to him a bit after my parents and God. His name is Swastik, and he is from Mumbai. He did his MBBS from Madhya Pradesh, and he was my consistent support during that period, because there will be times in the preparation when you would be like, nahi hoga, and no, he would be like, nahi, you can do it, you will do it, and and as I said, I'm very scared of grand test. Every morning he would call me, today we will give a grand test or I'll not talk, and then we will sit and give a GT together and review it together, because otherwise it's very lazy to review a grand test. And even we used to give subject wise test together. I would like to say कि even subject wise test help. You get some questions coming from there also. And I have realized it that when you give test, you remember the questions more than when you practice random modules. That is something, because you have done a mistake and you are very conscious about it. So test always helps you in more than just random questions in practiced on a module, which didn't help me much because I didn't even retain the answers. You also have to revise the questions. It's not just notes. You have to see the questions, because the four options will confuse you. So I think that is important that you give grand test subject wise tests. They help you retain more.
Now, ma'am, what are your plans? Are you planning to join it now with the rank you got, or are you attempting the NEET upcoming NEET exam?
I always wanted to be a psychiatrist, and since I got my dream branch in my first attempt in everyone's dream college, so I have already joined in AIMS Kalyani in the first round
Congrats, ma'am.
for upgradation. Let's see what happens. I'm already enjoying the vibe of this place. It is such a beautiful campus. I'll surely send you the pictures of this place. And the vibe is good. The campus is great. The staff, the people are very good. Everyone here is extremely, extremely humble. And since I got my dream branch, I'm not going to prepare for NEET anymore. And I'm very happy. I'm more than happy. And that's it.
And ma'am, last advice to final year students who are in final year, how to approach the next 1 and 1.5 year that is remaining before the exams.
Think when you're in final year, you should always focus on the final year subjects, because medicine, surgery, obs and gynae. I was mainly focused on OBG, obs and gynae, and surgery. They give you almost 50 questions in the paper, at least 40. So if you're getting 40 questions from your final year preparation, that's a good deal. So just focus on those subjects abhi ke liye, and also the short subjects you can focus on, because orthopedics gives you many questions in the paper, as well as a chunk of a very major chunk of I think surgery is through radiology. So if your systemic radiology is strong, you can get a lot of questions in surgery correct. So you can work on that. Always study surgery and radiology together, because even in our exams we had a sigmoid volvulus ka question, and that was an image based question, and that was more from radiology than surgery proper. So if you are fluent with those subjects in your final year itself, that would help you a lot. So when you're in final year, try to complete the final year subjects. On your internship, try to complete the first and second year subjects if you can, if you have time. But don't force yourself, don't push yourself, don't cry down and bet that I'm not able to do it. Doesn't matter. You have time. This is your life. You have to enjoy, analyze, and then you study. Studying is an enjoyable thing if you do it with that, with that push and that passion. It's very enjoyable. You like getting when you complete the subjects, the satisfaction that you get. Yes, I'm done. That's another level. So it's an enjoyable thing. Don't be like, why am I doing this? Why? Take your own sweet time, but just get it done. That's it. I got my branch, but if I had to work further, then I would have worked. Not a big deal.
Thank you, ma'am, so much for taking out time from a busy schedule. Hope I think everyone might have got an insight on how to avoid FOMO. And like whatever you are doing, please follow that resource till the end. Please do not switch the resource. That is the main thing. Any resource, any app is good. Just as like the sync you get with the teacher, that is most important. The sync you feel, that connect you feel. So that is important. And the all the sessions with Janet ma'am has taken the summaries that please watch the rapid revision towards the end. That should not be a main source for your preparation. Watch any main videos of any app whichever you prefer. Then go for Janab's ma'am video. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, exactly.
So this is all about today. Thank you, ma'am. Congrats for your new journey as a psychiatrist.
For having me. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye bye.
Ta-da.
Yes.